The opportunity to develop two office buildings in Zhengzhou, China, as part of a unique group, embodies an important challenge due to the fact that, besides following a certain program of economic and technical requirements, these two towers must clearly express a concept that will make them one of a kind and representative, not only of the businesses which will use them, but of the cultural and historical realities as well as the present-day Zhengzhou and the country as a whole. Therefore, we have aimed for each tower to clearly express China's current strength as much as its tradition through their appearance and the materials used. We have envisioned two buildings that act in a complementary way so as to allow for a broader conceptual framework. One of them, Building H, is set out as a solid and expressive building on several scales. From a distance, it will appear as a complex monolithic rock, but up close it will unveil details of expressive complexity usually found in a fine and careful piece of work. The ideas for this work to use and allow the expression of the raw rock materials used, which will build and produce the structures, metal, concrete, and crystal. The other building, Building O, is set out as a large vegetative mass that floats inside a glass box. In this way, we look to combine recognition for the Chinese tradition of developing parks and gardens with the modern expression of a crystal tower. Both proposals push for a contemporary office tower model, which incorporates in the design of the facade control of the sun as a relevant subject for the thermal design of the building, thereby improving its energy-saving indices. Building H. Space Constitution. The reason for these configurations is to achieve at a volumetric level a structure with a larger quantity of folds and vertices, based on slender elements. At a space level, it looks for a bigger perimeter of natural light and more viewpoints for the office floors. Circulation design. The main axis to Building H is set out through the vertical space dividing both wings, right into the core of the project's vertical circulations. The vertical circulation of the building has been conceived with the core consisting of 12 lifts, divided into two vertical sections of 6 units each, which serve the 30 habitable floors of the building. In addition, the circulation core contains 2 pressurized staircases, 2 emergency lifts, 2 pairs of restrooms, as well as the corresponding shafts of the facilities. Structure design. The structure of Building H is conventional, made of capital pillars and concrete slabs, post-stressed around a rigid core. In spite of the variable geometrics of the building, all the loading elements descend vertically to the floor and the differences are absorbed by the slab's overhangs, which are never above 4 meters. Equipment design. The building's technical equipment is located on level -2, and the installations are distributed to the higher floors through vertical shafts inside the building's central core. In the false floors, data and strength are distributed at the same time, climatization and lighting runs through the false ceiling. Illumination design. The lighting of Building H is set out in order to enhance the acknowledgement of the expressive complexity of its facades. Therefore, a line of LED lights will highlight the undulated corten steel lattice and illuminate, through projectors, the space between them to show its volumetric depth. In the space between both wings of the building, its own inner light is revealed, accentuating the idea that it is actually the heart of the project that is shown in the cut between both volumes. Environment and sustainability design. The environmental and sustainability design of Building H is based on 2 main definitions. The first one is concerned with the ground plan design which maximizes its perimeter, allowing a very efficient use of natural light and reducing the energy consumption from artificial light. The second definition proposes the control of direct solar radiation through a system of facades with sun protectors which reduce the need for climatization inside the building. Building O. Space Constitution. Building O is defined from a solid base consisting of the public aspects of the project and the crystal tower in which a vegetative mass floats, made out of the office floors. A conventional office structure is proposed with a rectangular ground plan, a central core, and pillars in its perimeter. In the base of the building, 2 levels of greater height are defined, housing the public aspects of the project. These areas are linked vertically and relate to a vertical patio that descends to the basements of the project, as well as with the roof garden on top of the slab. Circulation design. The main axis to Building O is set out through a roofed gallery on one side of the base, which leads into the main hall of the building in the base of the tower. From the hall, the core of lifts and stairs of the tower, the auditorium, foyer, public meeting rooms, and the cafeterias on the second level can be accessed directly. The vertical circulations are built based on a core containing 12 lifts, divided into 2 vertical sections of 6 units each. In the underground levels, there is an inner patio which brings natural light and vegetation to the axis leading from the parking lot. Structure design. The structure of Building O is a conventional structure with a rigid core, post-stressed concrete slabs, columns with capitals, and a perimeter beam which assists the core to take the torsion stresses. Despite the variable geometrics of the building, all the loading elements descend vertically and the differences are observed by the overhangs of the slabs. The outer crystal layer is supported on the main structure of the building, based on a system of props and tensioners. Equipment design. The technical equipment of the building is located on level -2, and the installations are distributed to the upper floors through vertical shafts located within the central core of the building. In the false floors, data and electricity are distributed and climatization and lighting run through the false ceiling. Illumination design. The illumination of the building will be situated in the exterior curtain wall of the tower, so as to bathe the vegetal layer with light. It consists of LED equipment with the ability to change the color of lights, in addition to allowing a series of programmed light shows. The last slab of the building will be illuminated from its base during the night, in order to crown this transparent box. The base of the building, on the other hand, will be specifically lit with a focus on important elements, to be appreciated leaning on the columns in the shape of a V. Environment and sustainability design. The building has been conceived as one big vertical greenhouse, which is developed in between 2 glass layers. This characteristic, in addition to the symbolic value, allows the thermal control of the space between the interior and the exterior. In seasons with higher temperatures, it opens through its upper and lower extremities, allowing the vertical circulation of air, expelling an important portion of the heat energy produced by the radiation, which through the use of small air-generated turbines, located in the upper part of the building, contributes to the functioning of the air conditioning. In colder seasons, this chamber is closed, allowing the accumulation of this energy and its transference towards the inside of the building. The intermediate vegetal layer is set out as a natural control of solar radiation in times of high temperatures, During winter, this vegetal curtain loses its leaves after changing color during autumn, allowing a higher entrance of light and heat into the building. This is complemented by the use of solar control crystals on the inner glass layer and allows the use of very transparent crystals on the outside layer.